Alright, we're here for another trailer roundup. You know how it goes if you've watched one of the two previous videos, I think. I will talk about 5 movies that put out trailers within the last maybe month or so that I haven't talked about in the last one, and these are also movies that I am going to be talking about as soon as possible on the channel. Maybe it won't be immediate upon release for some of them, mainly because I don't know release schedules, and knowing some of these, there are just some that I'm gonna have to wait for because there aren't a bunch of small theaters where I am. Like, the theater closest to me doesn't pick up a bunch of A24 movies. One of the movies I'm talking about is being released by A24, so I don't know, what are you gonna do about it? Either way, expect a review for all 5 of these movies when I am able to talk about them, and I will try my best to talk about them when they release. So either way, let's get into the first movie. I forgot to mention that if you can go into the description and go to the timestamp of each trailer you want to see. If you want to jump to one that you want to specifically see, just go down to the description and click that one. So yeah, I guess they're continuing these Sony, Marvel, Spider-Man villain movies, where I guess if it ain't broke. Kraven the Hunter is next up on this list, which, in theory, I don't think a Kraven movie would be all that bad. Again, it's the whole thing of, you gotta make a villain into an anti-hero now, which is what they kinda did with Venom, with the 2 Venom movies, which I don't think are horrible. I think they're fun, at least. And then, last year's craze of Morbius, well, we all know how that went down. But for some reason, Kraven is the one that's rated R. Yeah, this is a full-on rated R. This is really violent. This is violent in the trailer. It is a red band trailer as well. I don't know how far they go in the actual movie, but in the trailer, like, Kraven bites someone's nose off and spits it at the camera. He also grabs a bear trap and just swings it onto another guy so it closes in on his head, which is gnarly as hell. I like that, but this looks really goofy. Like, come on now. I have no idea why they're still doing this. I guess the 2 Venom movies made a lot of money, but Morbius didn't. Why are they still doing this? I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's playing Kraven. I think he's actually a really good pick for Kraven, but we're really still doing this, huh? Just, I don't know, I have no idea if this is gonna be, like, surprisingly good, or just so bad it's good. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out in that area, but sure, I'll watch it. I'm too much of a comic book fan to, like, not miss out on a Marvel brand. I'm a shill like that. I like to focus on, like, other movies, but I'm too much of a shill to not watch a comic book movie, which might be my fatal flaw as a human being, but yeah, Kraven looks okay. Challengers is the newest movie from Luca Guadagnino. If you don't know that name, he's made movies like Call Me By Your Name. Most recently, he did Bones and All, and he also did the Suspiria remake for Amazon Prime, which I think is one of Amazon Prime's best original things ever, so that's just my take on it. It seems like we're just having a really good sports drama with a good amount of romance in here. I don't know one of the leads of the movie, Josh O'Connor. I've heard the name, but I can't really place into anything I've seen him in. However, everyone knows who Zendaya is. I think she's great in nearly everything that she's been in, at least since post-Disney Channel. I didn't really watch anything that she did on Disney Channel. But apparently, this could be a big awards play for her as well. Same is going for Mike Feist, who played Riff in the newest version of West Side Story, which I think was incredible. So I like a good amount of the leads. I like Luca Guadagnino as a director. I think he does it really well. And on top of that, just the other day, it got announced that this is going to open this year's Venice Film Festival, which is a huge platform for it. For a more recent example, last year, I didn't really care for this movie, if you want to see my review on The Whale, but The Whale opened up Venice last year, and that went on to some good, like, awards gold, so Who knows? Maybe this could be another thing for challengers. But hey, I just think this looks good. Also, shout out whoever picked the song. S&M by Rihanna is a great pick for a trailer like this.
Priscilla.
When I'm talking about the Priscilla movie, I have to point out that just on this wall right behind the camera, I actually have a poster for the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie. So just take that in mind. This is the latest movie by Sofia Coppola or Coppola. I always forget how to say that last name. But Sofia Coppola directed this. It is a biopic that mainly focuses on Priscilla Presley marrying Elvis and going through their life together from the perspective of Priscilla, which essentially was entirely ignored in the recent Elvis biopic. Taking on the roles are Kaylee Spaney, who was in Bad Times at the El Royale, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be in the new Alien movie. Maybe I made that up, but look that up. She's playing Priscilla, while Jacob Elordi, mainly known for his lead role essentially in Euphoria, I can't remember his character's name right now, he is playing Elvis. And I don't know if that's a weird pick for Elvis. I don't know. However, there is a little bit of drama behind this movie, mainly because, you know, the Elvis biopic really glazed over on, like, the circumstances of how, why, and more specifically, when the two of them got married. Now, the Elvis Presley estate has fully come out guns ablaze and saying that this is not good. We did not approve this, and called the movie looking like a student film. But then Priscilla Presley came out and said, not only am I a part of the Elvis estate, they don't need my permission to do it. I was on set for this, and I think it looks great. So there is like clashing heads over there right now, mainly because I don't think this movie is going to show Elvis in a good light, which is completely fine. As much as I love the Elvis movie specifically, it was my favorite movie of last year. I'm fine. I'm fine with this kind of movie. I feel like it is really interesting to see these movies come out pretty much a year apart, and I'm probably gonna like this movie, but honestly, just I think it's funny. That's all. Either way, I think Priscilla looks pretty good. It's always nice to see like original sci-fi ideas come bursting out of here, and that's what The Creator is. It's a new original sci-fi movie from Gareth Edwards, director of Rogue One, and it's actually his first movie since then. He kind of got put in director jail for a while because the set of Rogue One apparently wasn't that great, but now he's back after God knows when, 7, 8 years maybe? It's always nice to see John David Washington in a lead role. I've liked him in pretty much everything I've seen him in, bar for maybe one movie. But outside of that, it's nice to see an original and seemingly ambitious sci-fi movie, which is tackling a very, like, in right now theme in AI. This whole thing is there was like a tech apocalypse that a rogue AI happened, and John David Washington's character has to find the creator of the AI because this creator made a weapon that could destroy humanity. So he's got to take him out. And I think this looks pretty good. Although the opposite of song choice, like in the Challengers trailer, I think Dream On was a weird pick for this trailer, but hey, who knows? I still think the movie looks good. I'm excited for The Creator. This was gonna be good. Like, come on! Dune Part 2 is my most anticipated movie of the year. Maybe the Mission Impossible, the new one, is a close second to this, because I saw the first Dune Part 1, in theaters when it was available on HBO Max, because it came out in 2021, 3 times opening weekend. I saw it in, like, big screen 3 times opening weekend. Was not intentional on that point, but I saw it multiple times opening weekend, and I latched on to this thing. Like there are some things where you can get hooked. Well, a lot of people get hooked on Lord of the Rings when they finish the Fellowship of the Ring. I felt that way with this. I feel like it finally clicked for me on why so many people love the Lord of the Rings, and to an extent Harry Potter. I get the Harry Potter hype too. But my my literary franchise that's come to life, like I have that for me now. I have that. And this is my most anticipated movie of the year just because this is one of the best trailers I've seen in a long time. Like, specifically to get me hyped and also not know anything about it. I know I just professed how much I loved the first movie, but the only reason why I haven't started reading the books just yet is because the part one and part two is only the first book. So, because it got split up. And I don't want to get spoiled on part two. I don't know anything about part two. I don't know anything about the book. So, it's on top of that. On top of that, it came out like maybe a couple hours ago on the day that I'm recording this. The runtime for this is reaching like 3.5 hours. I'm sure it's going to get cut down from there, but I expected this to be at least a little under 3 hours. Clawing at 3.5 hours is something insane to do. Even with like Killers of the Flower Moon coming out, that's gonna be 3.5 hours, or at least close to that. So I think that's just unhinged. And either way, I'm gonna be there for Dune Part Two. The new cast members are some of my favorite actors working right now, like Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Lea Seydoux, and Christopher Walken. And just, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna say right now, if you look at my letterboxd, Across the Spider-Verse is my #1 movie right now. This and the new Mission Impossible are the only movies, in my opinion, that can top Across the Spider-Verse. And I don't even know if they're gonna do that. So we just gotta find out in November when this comes out. All right, that's gonna end this trailer roundup. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to ask you, what was, out of these 5 movies, what's the one that piqued your interest the most out of the trailers? Even if you haven't seen the trailers, I want to know what's piquing your interest the most. Whether I'll name off the trailers again, just so I can, just so you can have a refresher. I talked about Kraven the Hunter, Challengers, Priscilla, The Creator, and Dune Part 2. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!